You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 8th day of April 2025. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV, we can analyze one address where we've been seeing Honorable Kandeh Yumkella be made to the people of Kambia after the first ambassador to Guinea, when Ambassador Almami Bangura bingo na Kambia District this BNTM for meet with in people. Well, we see inside the address the way Honorable Kandeh Yumkella be make it be the one strictly for stay off the issues we get for do with politics na Kambia District. Well, now that's what they can analyze inside this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, taking into consideration then two people here na people we come out na Kambia District. But Dr. Kandeh Yumkella say, as person where they work for government and it is state categorically in a policy statement for say it wants for the Ambassador Bangura pull and by anything we get for do with politics na Kambia because it is under investigation. Now, there are issues they will discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and plenty other story them, they na the program for you this morning. Remember, say yourself for the watch we. At some point, you will get the opportunity for add your voice to the conversation by way how you for send we text message on the number +23274 200 545 23274 200 545. Now the number where you for send your message. So I want to apologize because we start the program a little bit late because we will get unforeseen challenges in the studio. But we continue with the Breakfast Show, and this morning at the studio we get Melvin Tijan Mansari, when a social commentator where they with we as they can analyze a statement where the Honorable Kandeh Yumkella, where the presidential lead for the energy sector na State House. According to him, he said the former ambassador to Guinea no get no business pan Kambian politics or for talk about anything you get for those governance. If this statement's correct, you go know inside the program this morning as one for welcome Melvin Tijan Mansare, where they would in the studio. Good morning, Melvin.
Thank you very much, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel. Good morning to followers online.
All right, that's our studio guest this morning where we get when I'm Melvin Tijan Mansare, where they can help you for analyze this particular statement. Well, I know say many people go don't see this video we come out last week, Friday to be precise, outside the Honorable Kandeh Yumkella. The video been go viral via social media. Outside it won the former ambassador to Guinea, when Ambassador Almami Bangura, where according to the foreign minister, it is under investigation for alleged illicit drug trafficking, where they say they see some substance na the utility vehicle of the embassy. The term where in a ambassador, this may make them be column, and we see later also His Excellency the President be appoint somebody else, so it means they don't sack him and it under investigation. Let me just watch quickly the video where the Honorable Kandeh Yumkella be make. They will come now to we analyze some of the issues them where Kandeh Yumkella speak about inside this video.
Me famulden Kambia District, salam alaikum. Mina Alhaji Honorable Dr. Kandeh Yumkella. Una know the role now why they play in a central government. Let God answer with prayer this Ramadan where we don't do and this Eid where we don't do. As una know me a senior stakeholder in Kambia. I get information way bother me, where I take to senior leadership in government and to why I don't take to senior leadership na government, and I don't take them to senior leadership na the SLPP party. The information where I get is the former ambassador of Guinea, Almami, don't begin go around na Kambia. They try for interfere with governance systems in Kambia. I want to let people in Kambia know, say, as a senior stakeholder in Kambia, senior government official, and one of the advisors to the president, I want to let Kambia people know, say, today, Almami has no official capacity in the government of Sierra Leone. Almami, they under investigation locally and internationally of key allegations against them about crimes we is allegedly commit. Let nobody not listen to Almami. Almami has no official position. Adenami office, government office, they make this video for Leona know say I stand on the existing authority as a senior stakeholder in Kambia and as a senior government official. Almami should step aside from all activities, political, non-political, that are related to governance. He is a nobody right now. He is under investigation until those investigations are finished and we prove his innocence. He cannot assume or pretend to assume any government position. If on no say, he no get no role in the governance of Sierra Leone. Right now, he is under a cloud, he is under investigation on serious criminal activities. If we step aside, it seems to say the allegation is they interfere in local governance, they brag, they show off. I do this in my own responsibility as a senior citizen of Sierra Leone. The crimes we they accuse her of very serious, and waiting for they do now for try for clear in name and pray to the Almighty this Lent season and Ramadan for say he's innocent, because if he's not innocent he will pay for his crimes if he's not innocent. But to begin to interfere and pretend that he get authority for do certain things in Kambia, he has no local standing. Today he's a nobody, he's an alleged crime committer until his name is cleared by his innocence and by facts and the investigation. Almami, I advise you, hands off Kambia completely. If you not do them, I don't inform senior government officials at the highest level of governance. If you not do them, government has no choice but for take all the steps. And I hope the party officials will do the needful for let this man hands off until innocence is proven. Let God bless you now. Let God bless Kambia District.
All right, well, that have been the statements where Honorable Kandeh Yumkella be make last week in a viral video where they talk to Ambassador Almami Hassan Bangura, where been gonna Kambia District this BNTM, and according to them, they don't make this message for let Ambassador Bangura go hands off all we get for do with governance and politics na Kambia District. Well, we tell us now that we discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show, and a pleasure one more for say we get Melvin Tijan Mansare na the studio with we this morning. We're a social commentator. First off, Melvin, you've been surprised where you see that statement they go viral where Honorable Kandeh Yumkella be make last week?
Well, in Sierra Leone politics, you know for expect surprises are commonplace. But for me, now the mixed feeling it left me with mixed feelings, positive and negative. Firstly, looking at the personalities involved, well, I get a very scripted note talking about personality, talking about institutions, talking about other implications on that. But let's quickly just go to the video directly so we can try for bring things down. You say if you fail for comply, by the way, the sacked ambassador is yet to comment or react to the video, which means
by the way, we Liberty TV call him just for let the people know. Liberty TV call yesterday morning, maybe agree say he might speak with we, and they say for caller in the evening, we still get conversation. Until this morning, say the foreign minister don't advise and say no talk to the media. And according to her, he's saying people had already deal with Kandeh Yumkella via social media reaction.
Well, thank you very much for being very professional. That's why we are always libertarians. The fact remains he was given the right to reply. So for the fact that he's not replying, it means whatever analysis they can make here cannot be deemed unfair. He has already stated his point that the foreign minister asked enough for talk. Waiting enough for talk on, that was not clear on. Not for talk about in cocaine saga, or not for talk about is the allegations of political interference. So I think that's for be clear. But now let's just go to, if he has no choice. This speaks to the broader picture of the culture of impunity under the administration of President Madabio. He sacked a lot of people under the perception of wrongdoing. But what we've never seen so far, except for the case of Alpha Timbo, now after the sack, now waiting. Many a time after the sack, now above case. And in this case, what has happened? What is the status of the investigation on this sacked ambassador begs the question. And that speaks to the broader issue of how seriously is the government taking the fight against drugs and organized crime. Let me also deposit here that it's an allegation. He's presumed innocent until proven guilty. However, I hold contrary view here that he has got no locus standi, according to Dr. Yumkella. I think that is not the case. He has. Because if enough of get locus, enough of it don't create an obsession for Dr. Yumkella for the fact that he is using social media very, well, you know, say not a government channel line for communicate such kind of sensitive issues, particularly dealing with party. It's an obsession. Why? Because this man, according to my research, I think he is the SLPP Kambia District chairman and is also vying re-election. So, if this man is the district chairman, you cannot say he has got no locus. No way. And you cannot separate him also for governance because at the end of the day, ECSL or PPRC, the rights, he's been communicated to. So that makes the biggest question, is the SLPP as a party ready to clean the image of the party, the country, and the people over these allegations? Because somebody is, standing investigation, purported investigation for such a grave offense, and you are still allowing that man to not only sit as the chairman of the district. I'll be talking about the dynamics of Kambia, the political dynamics of Kambia shortly, but he's still the chairman and he's intending to contest again. Automatically, what message does that send about the SLPP and its seriousness in curtailing some of the issues it has talked about? So for me, to say Almami has got no locus, I think he's got it from a party level. Yes, he might not be in governance, but still in party not take no action against her. So it means say, he got to carry out in party function. And lower not forget to Kambia and get lower level elections the way they go on there. So if the party is not clear on his what is this man's fate while he's now subjected to investigation, you expect Almami for just to fully and fully foot. So it's just to show the lack of sincerity.
Maybe before we can delve more into some of the things where the Honorable Kandeh Yumkella speak about, that is video they analyze. Let's just go back a bit down memory lane during the struggles for the leadership of the SLPP. I think the early as of 2012, where President Bio now come out London, they all come team up for contest for the flag bearership. The same Almami again, now a video where surface this BN team, now be the person will log gates before Kandeh Yumkella, not for enter the party office. And that video they surface. And a lot of people they align and say, now the issue starts and the grudge now bring all of this reaction by Kandeh Yumkella.
Well, if it's called political revanchism, if it's a political revanchism, the question begs, when I mean retaliation, it means now for what reason? And the reason cannot be far from 2028, who succeeds Madabio. And let me just use this opportunity now to look at the political dynamics of Kambia. Now, let me not forget, in terms of political dynamics, we always consider population. The population of Kambia is 165,541. And of course, that is for male, and 179,933 female, with a total population of 345,474 people. So in terms of number, Kambia is not a small number. You cannot say it's the most, but you cannot say least populated also. Also, Kambia is one of the least poor districts in terms of dynamics. And this is also the fact that it's a trade route with neighboring Guinea. So Kambia exposed to a lot of trade and commerce, so make them get away. And geographically, we also understand that Kambia, the border with Guinea, then everybody know that at the north, and at the south with Potloko district, and also Bombalina at the east. So Kambia, in terms of geographic political placement, it then has one strategic location. And it sits, what I was saying, at the foot of the northern and northeastern regions of Sierra Leone. And politically, in terms of spectrum, we know how the North sits when it comes to an election. But there's an interesting fact about Kambia we need to know. Of course, we know say they're in the northwestern region and in nestled around the district already. But currently, Khadija, this is very important. We know say Kambia gets 6 constituencies and 28 wards, right? And the voting population was 155,484, according to ECSL. Now, the fact there remains, this is the interesting thing. In 2012, we all see that Kambia was, according to the election results, APC dominated in 2012. But we'll fast forward and inside 2018, we see the emergence of the NGC factor, which created a division na the SLPP bloc, and we see, well, a weakening of the APC strength in Kambia. Because by then, we see Kambia, NGC being get Honorable Yumkella, Honorable Titus, Honorable Mario. They secured seats, negating the chances of the APC and SLPP. But in 2023, there is this interesting thing we're very, very important for note. Now that after that election day, we see APC take 4 seats and SLPP take 2. No NGC anymore. So by virtue of the parliamentary population, it's clear that after 2023 or before or during 2023 and after moving on, the APC then grip in terms of parliamentary seats increase compared to that of the SLPP, and with no presence of NGC. Remember, Dr. Yumkella not being concerned, so we're not being see. But the worrying trend where I think the SLPP for concern about in this case is the results of 2023 which show about how Kambia voted. This we are still trying to unpack what will be the political relevance of Kambia or whosoever Kambia will be putting up as a candidate. Kambia 2023 elections, we see Madabio gets 40,580 votes. And APC Samora Kamara 64,564 votes. So Samora Kamara win or beats Madabio by 23,984 margin. What is this saying? It means the SLPP influence in Kambia is shrinking. The appetite for a third force will be contingent upon who becomes the flag bearer. If SLPP for capture Kambia again, it means they must be considering somebody either northerner or Kambia or northwesterner. So the political dynamics of Kambia there is not just the numbers, but what it will mean if you fall in the hands of the APC. Because it's clear that the SLPP is losing ground. And if Kandeh Yumkella is asserting as the political godfather, there is something to take note of. In the 2023 elections,
Is it the political godfather?
that's what I'm coming to say now politically. Political question, I answer yes or no. I do what you call preludes. If he is the political godfather of Kambia, he should not have been defeated by an APC candidate in his own back room or backyard. He lost. So his political capital is questioned from that direction. But of course, he holds a position in the executive. But parliamentary authority in terms of representing, like we use word local standing politically, I think he must have a rethink. Because at the end of the day, if he was beaten when he contested, and now he's having an intention again to contest or to succeed Madabio, it means it will solidify in political base. And could this be one of his solidification moves?
So based on the realities na the ground and waiting na be in statement instead of video that will go viral, is it waiting we just call locally na create a big talk no more make?
Not an ordinary big talk that big talk they get consequences. He already don't cast a shadow on the SLPP leadership. it seems as if the SLPP leadership is either not considering or thinking about taking an action for clear the allegation against the ambassador in question or the party image or the country image. So, yes, Yumkella might don't talk using social media, but it begs the question, waiting the leader of the party to do when the president of the country? Waiting the SLPP Kambia executive, the position on the situation? Because if this man is still the chairman, he's not been recused of his duty, of course, you have to interfere with the lower level elections. And that is the bigger point. And everybody now defers to get lower level delegates for the big show.
Let me look at.
So I will not call it a political. I will not call it a political revenge, but it's a political move. We're not ordinary at all. It gets undertones.
Let me look at stakes based on consistency within the party. Kandeh Yumkella, where they try for tell Almami now, say no get no business in the politics of Kambia.
Which is not true.
Now one will be done left the SLPP because eventually not be a flag bearer. He go form a party. I stand to be corrected. I think 3 months towards the 2018 election, he formed the NGC. He go parliament under the NGC. All of a sudden, he left the NGC back. He's saying they come back now the SLPP. He take work under this current administration. Possibly be saying no one for work with. Whereby then people internally they try for merge in President Bio now. But he say no one for work with him. Now he don't take work under. He don't come back under the SLPP. Almami be still lady. He not left. He not go no side. In terms of consistency and base, what if you say get base between Almami and Yumkella?
Very brilliant question. Talking about political correctness. Domestically, in terms of consistency and being a loyalist, you can easily tick Almami. But that is not an excuse that when he's embroiled in such grave allegations, you go put party above national issues. All right, so now the heart of your question is, you know, when people are talking about this wonder, take one all night for evaluate the book, the concepts, and how widespread and far-reaching it be. The SLPP is grappling with two ideological differences, the RIM and the REM. The radical inclusion movement and the radical exclusion movement. These are two ideologies competing in the SLPP.
No, deviate the conversation. We don't call you another time for can talk about the REM and the RIM,
of course.
But not just analyze Kambia.
It gets bearing with this because it is believed that Almami is a proponent of RIM. According to some insider sources, he supports one of the candidates in the person of where we all know for the in charge or the pioneer RIM. So if
another school of thought say he's a fervent supporter of VP Julde Jallo.
That's what
he make a declaration during pre-day.
That's what one school of thought is saying. But other schools of thought get different conjectures that when they make.
Who is Almami now?
Almami, you cannot is in party terms is politically influential because he's the chairman. But in governance terms, I think that's where Yumkella is coming from. He has got skeletons in the closet for address. But again, this is setting the stage. Again, you still don't know left RIM and REM, but this is setting the stage as to the ideological difference between the SLPP and who succeeds Mother Bio. But the fact there is, for the fact that the SLPP is not acting, that gets a lot of question on waiting for mean for the political contract.
You feel say this case where Ambassador Almami gets go be an obstacle to in political career?
If political correctness is to be the case, wherein if person do bad, politics don't allow mistake. But if it's business as usual, and that is the watch, wait and see situation. If it's business as usual, then wait for see. But again, SLPP for be very careful in the way they go about their own affairs. Because if you get somebody as embroiled as Almami, allegedly, and you get that person for end up for contest, and he win, Kambia District chairman, and you get the general election coming up in 2028, and mind you, elections about campaign messages. What will be the campaign messages about the SLPP, particularly in Kambia District?
But he's not alone. We get skeleton and cupboard. We contest for position at the SLPP. The Honorable Alusain Kandeh as well, where the president just sacked. We all know the allegation them between Ian Joss. They contest for chairman na the Kenema District.
Yeah. So I talk about what we were talking on the SLPP position on some of the situation. And my broader fact there is, they might see that this is a party issue with the settler. But when it come up on party level, where you go on general elections campaign, where they talk about opposition versus government, some of these issues are going to come to floor. And when they kind of the floor, how the electorate get for consider them, it's serious. Mind you, Almami was not just a party chairman or influencer. It was an ambassador representing Sierra Leone. We already left a scar in a relationship because Guinea still asks that he should be extradited. And if this man is seen wearing party t-shirts, campaigning around, what is sent for us for bilateral relationship with Guinea? But above all, what is sent with other multinational relationships and ties when it comes to organized crime and drug trafficking and all that? So it might be a one person, and some people might look and say this is an internal party business, no sweep under the carpet, but there will come a time that it get for come for hunt because it's about a scandal. And if the scandal has not gone away and it has not been investigated and it's not been proven innocent or what, then they should not downplay it.
Melvin, you talk about political correctness. Kandeh Yumkella in this case, with a point finger per ambassador, if you look at Insefion political record, is he a correct politician?
Oh, tough question. It's Kandeh Yumkella a correct politician? I have been fortunate to have worked with him when he was a parliamentarian in the 5th Parliament. I saw him chairing that committee. So in terms of political correctness, ordinarily on the face value, somebody go say, "Want to save the party repetition." Somebody go say, "Want to save the country repetition." Somebody go and say, "I want to create a good image about governance." But in terms of political correctness for Sierra Leone thinking, now Salon and think say if you don't be SLPP, now SLPP forever. Like SLPP do you bad or good or you for day. So for the fact that he is left, created NGC will affect the SLPP and chances, and he don't come back. But one way many people really criticize and talk about now why he been left. It also don't know why he left. It just want to be ungrateful to the party. There were reasons. And this will make some of we ask, have those reasons gone away? They don't go. All the intimidation, the harassment, and all that thing that they be claim, and all that thing and they don't go away. They don't disappear overnight. What is the reception? What is the mindset, the ordinary through and through SLPP mindset about people like Yumkella? So it's political correctness from a face value. Somebody will say, "Oh yeah, he wants to project in a global icon. He wants for saving, well, on a personally, he wants saving name and face for Tuma Bambai." But in terms of his political contribution to the SLPP, he has caused damage for the SLPP. When we look at the last election results of 2018, and again, now he wants to contest again. So somebody will say, "Is he the right man for contest?" But I'm sure Madabi again is going to make a call because if he's the de facto minister of energy, the political correctness here is, well, why not we don't do video talk about the energy? I'm sure we're watching.
Because that's something the timeliness of all of this. Because the time where he make this particular statement,
time of blackout.
Taking into consideration the big task we get where people they think say at this time, if they address the nation, if they talk to anybody in a salon, get for be tell we the reasons why we are still in blackouts, we still on load shedding, and with all the ideas and what you say bring them na the table, is it timely for let it get distracted with them kind of issues and they looking at the kind of work we're supposed for the do at this time?
I think from a governmental perspective, we should be talking about blackouts and how they plan, and I think he don't do that. But for the fact that he go to video, it shows that he's a politician, he has got political interest for 2028, and they put him bid now. So political correctness, his portfolio is energy. But because his interest spans wider than energy, he's a politician who wants to succeed Madabio, he has escalated his interest. So in terms of governmental correctness, it's a diversion. It's a diversion on the bigger picture on energy, which is service delivery, for which he's been paid.
So talking about succession, let we use the last days of former President Koma and now President Bio. During former President Koma era, now during the last time they begin see people even they begin talk about succession. In fact, some might not be even get mind for talk about them. Salon people that begin see people that we get interest until the former president begin call dinner, say they're interested, come now begin talk about succession. But with President Bion era, it still get about 3 years. But people within the party don't begin fight themselves. Don't they see where they come out now, they attack people they call names of people where it feel like they don't become distracted from a money agenda. Everybody just focus now on succession. Is it that President Bio not able get grip of these later days of
I don't have to talk for the president, but I think he's been
based on your observation
is subterranean nature, and of course we know they talk, you know, that for let you make analysis about time. But the fact there remains, you're asking a very sensitive question as to what will this mean for his premiership. Firstly, it speaks two things. Either he's laissez-faire or he does not want to be a dictator or authoritarian as EBK. So I think, yes, it should be having sleepless nights in having that dilemma. You know what? Exert too much authority because you'll be seen as, oh, he wants to manipulate the stage for a puppet successor. But at the same time, you know how to left the stage too free and open for all will cause political chaos. So the party leadership, Madabio in leadership of SLPP, SSSF, is being questioned. If I was a member of the SLPP party, I think I would write a personal letter to him because, mind you, Madabio is not just the president of Sierra Leone. He's the leader, after the amending constitution, I think it was 4 years ago, he's the leader of the party. So he get a duty for also shape the political direction of the party. So if you are allowing all of this, and you don't make statements saying that democracy make certain things that you know will change the country, then an escrow mindset don't make your allusion yonder. Somebody going to say the leader is weak. But again, how much actions can it trigger? I think yes, the SLPP constitution provides for disciplinary actions on members who put the name of the party into disrepute. So matter be only for exert that authority, that presidential authority. But someone a meeting of the SLPP NEC, call the Kambia executive, ask them, what is your position on this situation? The party must take a decision. Should this man be suspended from the party or not? You are the leader. You set the agenda with the Secretary General.
But person like Kandeh Yumkella, we'll look at in journey, back and forth inside the SLPP. It clear say na President Biogo put water and cola na Kambia.
And go marry the man.
During the campaign, say it need her for come back home. So can they get edge over her?
It was politically tricked. I have always said that. And of course, let me openly say, Kandeh Yumkella is my mentor. I watched him in Parliament. His track record is there. And reports on fake degrees. It's one of the best ever parliamentary reports. I encourage people to follow. I work with him. I was one of his communication advisors by then when he was in Parliament. So I know him personally. But I think he was tricked by Madabio. And Madabio was very smart in how he tricked him. He tricked him, firstly, don't contest. Because Madabio know that if he not contest, he make the fight a straight fight. There will not be no spoilers, no NGC. So by so doing, it was a political correct move for SLPP and a political incorrect move for NGC that is already in coma or I don't know if I've stood on their way. that's on that side. But let me just say, again, it was tricky for the fact that
but if you stood in their way.
Well, the
word is in.
Well, better you don't catch that side. But the fact there remains, if you not contest the presidency, somebody asks how politically smart is Dr. Yumkella. If you not contest for the presidency, why you go contest for the parliamentary? And even when you contest for the parliamentary, you lost. So your question is political capital. That can only be determined as to how he puts his Kambia house in order and how will the SLPP receive him.
Because at this time, we all know say yes, Dr. Yumkella not go tell anybody say I want for contest for any flag bearership, but we all know we don't see the signs them. From your perspective, are there possibilities for let's succeed President Bio Nadi, the SLPP, for carry the party as a flag bearer? Is there any possibility?
There is.
With all the eligibility clause?
There is.
The 5 years eligibility clause?
Well, that is constitutional matter. The Samsumana like Kandeh Yumkella, that is for the constitutional. But for the ethno-regional, Kandeh Yumkella is a valuable commodity. Why? How will the SLPP firstly give a Southeasterner candidate again after Mada's tenure? The possibility there is slim. It's very, very slim. So, if you're having a northerner, if you are having somebody that is not of a Southeasterner ethnicity, there is no way you are going to downplay. Because if you downplay Dr. Yumkella, it's like how APC downplays Sam Sumana and the Kano district bloc. So to say Kandeh Yumkella is not politically relevant, politically relevant will be an understatement. But of course, its political capital will be a wait and see. Because if you people do not vote for you for MP, they don't vote for you one term. With all you cloud, they don't vote for you the second term. There is an issue about his consistency, and that cannot go away. And how will the Kambia and the national vote reflect on that? But yes, for the fact that he's a northerner, he speaks to the northern ethnocentric languages, he has got a chance. Because an officer SLPP will give Southerner or Southeasterner the presidential ticket again.
They need for go na emergency delegate conference. For Kandeh in sake, you think the SLPP will go na emergency delegate conference for amend and close the list?
If he's the favored candidate, there is nothing impossible.
And with the stakes now,
as
a political analyst,
the stakes now,
with the names what on they come up,
and it's quite threatening because there's David Senga who's been tipped for the rim, and he's also leading the constitutional review process. So if he's conflicted,
and there's also the foreign minister.
Of course, but we don't know what is party's portfolio. We're talking about government and party portfolio. Senga is holding a party portfolio.
But he's a foreign minister.
Yeah, he's a foreign minister. That is for government. He's removed today. What is his party's portfolio? He ain't a chairman again. Unlike David Senga, he is the chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee. I think he was the strategic head of the elections data center, blah, blah, blah. So his role there is conflicting if he's going to contest. And that's why he should either resign or be sacked before time.
All right.
Because it will endanger the cohesion of the SLPP as a party because of conflict of interest. And we are seeing semblance of same within the APC. If we are to use the Timbo case as a case study.
No, just use a sponsor. No, go to a sponsor them quick because they make who they are. No, just take messages from who sponsors them. No go no side. Continue for day we tweet today. We thoroughly analyze the video we go viral when that of the Honorable Kandeh Yumkella who say he call out the former ambassador to Guinea, Almami Bangura, where currently now the chairman for Kambia District say he not get no authority for talk about local governance or national governance because it is under investigation. We get Melvin Tijan Mansaye with in the studio where now a social commentator who they analyze some of the issues them and save other emerging issues inside the SLPP party. Will they take this short message from a sponsor or they come back?
Hey! Enjoy the new collapse bundle price drop. Now you can get your weekly collapse bundle for 60 leons only on Maxit app. Download the Maxit app now on Play Store or App Store. Install the app and enter your orange number and password. Now follow the simple step here. Open the Maxit app. Next, tap the account. Then select airtime and bundle. Enter the number where you want buy for. Now choose the collapse bundle where you need and the one where go suit you. Finally, type your password. Bam! All things set. Subscribe to the collapse bundle today and enjoy more browsing for small couple.
Orange.
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Sadie, what's up?
How are you?
Samo, hook me up quick. Samo, someone will forget some football pictures for this week. I don't check all the side all day long. But I'm help me to one when I'm going for ginger and swagger for this week.
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me feeling. No. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you. Open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Here is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's Global Bank.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online Television, and today at the Breakfast Show, we analyze the statements where Honorable Kandeh Yumkella make this BNTM. Usai ibide address Ambassador Almami Bangura of Kambia District for say he not get any stance for opposition for discuss issues we get for do with governance and politics na Kambia District. We get Melvin Tijan Mansari in the studio with we a social commentator. Melvin, before we take that break, we will discuss the issue we get for do with. If any possibility there for like Kandeh Yumkella able for succeed President Bio in terms of flag bearership come 2028. Among the one the way we know say popularly, we don't hear you say na people them we want this same position. Any edge day where Dr. Yumkella gets over any of them, where you look at the internal politics, now the SLPP taken into consideration. Plenty people even believe say right now not to the general SLPP in governance, but the Pauper fraction.
And yes, that's a very serious thing for consider as to the mindset and the reception of the ideological divide and what then go react to Dr. Yumkella. Well, it's about the ballot box and there will be a national delegates convention. And the question begs, will he get the votes? Will he get the delegates? Well, in terms of presidential material, mind you, is contested against Madabio for the same position, the likes of the Ali Kaba and others. So by virtue of time, it don't did it. Somebody will say, well, should he be the natural successor by virtue of the line? But also you will have people like the GOB, the CD Mohamed Tunis, and others. So if by the line, Usai Kandeh Yumkella the line. And again, is Court's line allowed? Because if we don't come on at the line, he come on at the line, then he come back. In fact, naturally, politically, Court's line safe because...
Go bigger.
Yeah, they go put Kola for him, but was it politically correct at the expense of the NGC? Mind you, it was not just a begging. It was an alliance for which, again, I think it's right. The political credibility of Yumkella should be on the spotlight because what happens to his marriage with the SLPP, witness some of the promises that they may make, then fulfill there. Was it about his NGC, a mortgage NGC for him personal end? So all those considerations should be considered. But knowing APC and SLPP for what they are, if you've been in the line, you see you left behind at the line or you come on at the line, for that you can't cut line, it can be easy. But if it's about content, there is no way. Kandeh Yumkella has got that international clout. If it's about leadership, I have personally worked with him. He understands governance and leadership. But if it's about salon politics, when I bring them butter, I don't know if no more after 2023 election, I don't learn a lesson, but it's different to be an intellectual politician than a grassroots politician. And that's the question on the personalities. One is grassroots, one is elitist politician.
What do you go say if I ask you the question, say, since where Honorable Kandeh Yumkella emerged na the political scenes of Sierra Leone, Lord just say 2012 to be precise, to now, it all witnessed 2012 elections, 2018 elections, 2023 elections. 15 years, it don't deny the sins. You feel like it will find him fit into the politics of Sierra Leone.
Elections are the best parameters to use to judge that because he's a politician, and a politician cannot be judged based on your policy or your the time where you don't take now in governance. Now, how people they vote for you. Some people don't take 20, 30 years in politics, but anytime you go put to the polls, you put them face now the ballots, they're not the win. So it might understand governance, it might understand the dynamics, but for put that into test, it cannot be hypothetical. And if I put the ballot box and
question, because when you look at the buzz, maybe they around Kandeh Yumkella in days where we just come out Unido, it come back. you see the kind of elite people where be they support them because then they didn't believe in and say with the experience internationally it will make a difference. Then from the NGC, it come back to the SLPP. This later part now, where they appoint them for be the energy sector lead. If you follow closely the conversation, you they know say a lot of people not believe in the ideology again.
Yeah, some people, he's got his critics. He's got his critics for the fact that we know already that he been there with the SLPP and not the day again. And you talk about the issue at hand. For me, it's quite critical. It's quite critical as to, like I said, the reception of Dr. Yumkella and the position where he gets. But the fact there now that it's the electorate. And can check out your question again? There's an important point at the last part of the question we ask, please.
I mean, they ask, say, the buzzword carry it, where be just come what you need to. In early days there, where he imagine as alone politics. With now, the term where they appoint and say, let him lead the energy sector. After a lot of challenges, that appointment they been bring lots of questions, say, but Kandeh not only again for putting in the energy sector with all of the things the way it can say we come what you need to with in actions in our line.
Politically, yes, you're going to be right, because the way how he left the NGC in desolation at the moment. So even, like I say, it's about the ballot box. Even in diaspora, clouds can be questioned. Because now that, and it came with a Trump card message on the diaspora. Yumkella's message was, firstly, that it go pilot motions and campaign for allow diaspora voting. Of course, it's on record that Yumkella personally do the omnibus bill, we will be allowed, but that's never saw the light of day. So in terms of in political capital, we make people the diaspora being trust on her, I don't think he achieved the goal. Firstly, because still, Tutsi are not allowed in parliament, they cannot still vote, so he failed on that. But above all, NGC was seen as the change maker to the political problems. And the way how NGC they now cannot be a plus for the political profiling of Dr. Yumkella, because he never had an appropriate exit strategy. And some of those things might haunt me, because what he do, he make the NGC vote split between the Green and the SLPP and the APC. So I think he lost the NGC and electorate confidence in that. So it will be challenging for him how he packages himself. I hope he go for make light day consistently. Maybe that will be in campaign message, but he's got some real political baggages.
The public for take a man by in word where it is say and political deception. Is Kandeh Yumkella a politician to trust?
Global polls around public trust in politicians, they are the lowest ebb. If you check, as at 2 or 3 weeks ago, I checked. Public not trust politicians generally among their people. So I think what has this meant? I think it has dented some of his political credit and credential. And of course, it don't create a trust and perception problem about him. But is he a presidential material? I think so.
All is not lost?
All cannot be lost. It's never over for a politician. Never say never in the world of politics.
He miss some in a political career.
One, the way I allow Mother Bio for 3 foot with Leno contest for the presidency, they go contest, they beat him for parliamentary. He miss him, he go sign agreements, fixed dates, fixed time, no know who waiting and forget. How can you go into an alliance government? The Yumkella that I know, very highly proficient intellectually, for letting 3 foot and that way they. So they say and they all miss him, and above all, I think it's a political miscalculation whether it was necessary to go back to the SLPP or not. But again, I tell you, we see the Kambia achieved there. The Kambia achieved that all, whether they were under their own influence or under the influence of somebody or something else, they were all there. And if Kandeh Yumkella for me say they make Trangaes back, and we say, now stop, man, I don't respect the traditional leaders. So it's a dicey thing. But in politics, don't rule out a politician.
But back to the issue of this statements where he make to Ambassador Almami. Now the right channel that they don't use for do this communication, taking into consideration, he make mention say he already don't engage and they talk to the party leadership and also the executive. Was there any need for them make that public video they back?
I think if I can sympathize with the channel, can say public mistake, public correction, I do, but the channel was wrong. That's not how you channel political party affairs. There's a national executive, there is a district executive, and there are other channels within the party. He should have done that. And besides, he's a presidential advisor. So it's so ironical that Maudi advised the president, a noble advisor on domestic politics in Kambia.
In claims we make on Almami, it clear, say yes, he is under investigation, because even the foreign minister or host Anaya, he confirmed that the police media confirmed that. So bringing Almami's unfortunate situation into this conversation, now a tactic for intimidate them, say you have so many baggage, go and deal with your issues.
Of course, it's a political tactic used by every politician. And I advise any politician, you will get interest for contest for anything, then say that you will be careful, because people that are looking at you cupboard for any skeletons. You know, politicians, when it comes to elections, lower level or general, they are not immune to scandals worldwide. So you will be very careful. So I don't think Yumkella is practicing political revanchism, but the fact remains, he is consolidating his own political position. If Yumkella for anywhere near to the flag bearer table again, he forget Kambia under in control. And if he feels threatened, and if somebody...
Kambia is not just Sierra Leone. Kambia is just one small side of Sierra Leone.
Yeah, in politics...
You get a lot of places where they consider saying a swing state.
Yeah.
Where people then now, where don't they show interest for succeed President Bio, then they gravitate towards the swing states there. For example, one of the most famous names they come up, say he wants for succeed President Bio, now the leader of the radical inclusion movement, when David Moinina Senge, we see how he enter Kono. And Kono is one of the swing states them. So if they insist, say, for let Kandeh stand a chance, it need for get a grip of Kambia. Is Kambia really that complex in Sierra Leone politics?
Of course,
considering Kambia and Kono.
You look at the numbers. I don't give the population of Kambia. Of course, Kono much more popular. I think Kono is 600 or so thousand. So the population is different. But the fact remains, Kambia is in the north. And I stand for be corrected. The political history of the SLPP stems from Kambia. Politicians elect you make you forget something called political base. Any politician will not get base, you are nothing. That is African politics, even in Europe and America. You must have your base. And Kambia is now Kambia don't swing. It don't swing to APC. Let's say the reality. The thing for 2028 will it be a battleground, but in terms of swinging politically, they have swung to the politics.
Kambia has never been a battleground.
Kambia was, I mean, go to the talk about era.
I try to compare the dynamics between Kambia and Kono. 2023 elections, we see the battle where be in Kono, where the APC stakeholder in Kono be they decide. Some man vex say me another campaign. Some man form another political party, the likes of Sam Sumana, the likes of Diana Konomani. They we say me another put on. We see what happen in Kono with the APC, where the SLPP enter Kono with the first lady. By then we say in Kono picking. So the stakes were high, considering Kambia.
It is high. Khadija, if you're having 6 parliamentary seats in Kambia, we all know the importance of just one difference in parliamentary seats. So the stake there is how SLPP go handle the internal dynamics, then go make them get more votes or get more parliamentary seats and more political voice. So that is the stake. And besides, if you're saying a politician, you don't get political base, you are nothing. And I think so that one lesson we can Kandeh land that Kambia for be in base.
Because that's why I ask you if it's possible for Kandeh Yumkella able to give the SLPP the whole of Kambia.
Well, from, they say, coming events cast in shadow, if we look at 2023, that was not possible. So what has changed for possible now? Almost project Kandeh Yumkella don't care good, or SLPP don't care good at Kambia. What has changed for the Kambia electorate? So the people at Kambia, themselves, they're not follow for just the votes, not for vote's sake.
If you don't follow, I think we don't in this space for a very long time. The earliest to starts for day now the forefront of the media landscape now from the 2012 elections. We see the dynamics, we see how patterns they change, we see the evolution where they happen, with the invention of social media now. And you know, say Sierra Leone and them, everybody now they talk on issues and trust. Videos them, where it don't happen, things that way politicians and don't they say now then they come up. You think na the hands of Sierra Leonean can they stand a chance?
Khadija, you raise a sensitive question. There's a case study in Europe as to when the MP then get a scandal. Some of the MP then get scandal, but then when they go for the election, they were elected. others were in prison, others lost. So you ask a question, we're very reasonable that do we vote on issues such as integrity, morality? Khadija, I don't know it to pass away 2028, whether it's going to be an issue-based election. But thankfully, we have Liberty and other media where they try to shape the public discourse towards issue. Because at the end of the day, if, let's say we begin to talk about issue, if we can't talk more personality, integrity, some of those issues should come up when it's political time.
Turn the question back, the same question. With evolution, how you envision 2028? How did discourse get for Tanek? Because all me as being a journalist, now the election this where people don't begin discuss now.
Yeah, I think the 2028, and this is my first prediction, will be more of a social media battle, will be more of a personality projection. All will be contingent on the timing of when the party will get their candidates. Because if they go wait till overnight, there is no way we can talk about issue. Pass will boycott, we bypass, I will talk about manifesto.
Is it going to base on party or individualism?
2028 will be a mix of party, knowing the fact that SLPP will rule for 10 years. Whosoever they give for be mindful of that fact, and there is this perception about 10 years. If it's about personality, of course, if you go put, for example, David Senge versus Jagaban, will it be a conversation about personality? If it's a conversation about personality, what will people go for? Will they go for their purse and pockets, or will they go for the knowledge in the head? So personality also comes into play. But also region and tribe also comes into play. Sierra Leone is regionally imbalanced politically. So what will the Northerners in the SLPP think about 2028? So all of those things will be having a play. Nothing none less important, but I think it will be a battleground. Looking at how Anesco they complain about social media bloggers, looking at how Sylvia Blyden they complain, say remaster in the controlling picking and fine. So it's going to be a political conversation online, and the threat there is it's going to be easily influenced by states and non-state actors, domestic and foreign players, and corporate players too. So 2028 election is going to be very interesting because some states there, I repeat, Khadija, you try for disagree with me no more. Kambia don't swing. Kambia don't swing from where Samoa Kamara beats Madabi with over 20,000 votes. Kambia don't swing from where APC get 4 seats. And then all we see in 2023. So if coming events cast their shadow, what the SLPP they do now, they get more or less power and don't get so. So it's going to be very serious for them looking ahead.
All right, Melvin, let me just look at the message then. Where the viewers they don't send both the text line, the Facebook and YouTube and the other platform them. The very first message we're going to look at from YouTube, Macmillan Carter say, Tijan, does the timing of the speech suggest an attempt to shape public perception ahead of legal proceedings?
Ibrahim Lansana, they say, I think Dr. Kandeh Yumkella will have channeled his concern to the party authority instead of using the social media platform to express his political concern.
Abdullah Lukule say, Tijan, could you please identify the specific organ within the SLPP party that has the authority to restrict the formal ambassador's participation in any governance system within the party?
From Abu Bakar Rashid on Facebook, he said the problem na salon na that Godfather politics we get. Then we look like EBK and Samoa Kamara. So GMB self gets Uda a wants for succeed them, but I doubt if he go pick KKY because KKY no go safeguard them after the presidency.
This one they come for you, Melvin, again. He said, does the speech promote national unity or does it risk deepening regional and political divides?
Lolo Gasparini na Facebook, they say, anyone who claims KKY lacks political clout or influence is either delusional, unaware of politics, or an APC supporter. KKY has significant power in salon politics and globally.
Mohammed Blas say, wonderful conversation in the studio this morning. Hosting Melvin always makes me smile as he is the only Sierra Leonean political analyst I admire so much as a young man, always on point.
Ben Kwame na Facebook, they say, I think the people of this country go only stop them politicians here for left for the take we for granted. But talking about the ambassador, the government, or in party, no get for take any action against them because na them they defend them in this already.
This one from Bigger Marvin, he said, Tifman de dreb incompetent, Tifman de tell and say na miyon.
They say if SLPP mistakenly choose Kandeh, he will lose woefully. Kandeh can't have 20%.
Almami, this one from Ibrahim Aliu Kanu said the SLPP is a lost force leading to the next polls.
For the Mustafa, NGC was in alliance with the SLPP, but contested in Kambia for parliament. According to the polling station's results are not Kandeh. The NGC lost, KKY lost woefully. KKY has lost credibility and political relevance by joining the SLPP.
Ibrahim Lansana says Yumkella is one of the politicians that Sierra Leoneans should not trust based on his fake promises he made to Jala University during his UNIDO era, and that he will provide electricity to Jala University through the Moyamba Hydro.
Ibrahim Aliu Khan on Facebook, they say, the fiber that is absent in our body politics is integrity. Both Yumkella and Almami lack integrity and they are shamelessly shameless.
All right, this one from Justice is say Yumkella gets grudge for Almami since we a lock gates pa in mama.
I just take one more, then we will come back to Melvin. We will continue with the conversation where we get na the studio this morning. More messages we don't come. Cherno Esba, they say we don't need APC and SLPP anymore. We need new changes. Yumkella is the right person.
All right, and this final one from Dauda Kamara, I say intention is everything in Sierra Leone politics. Over to you, Melvin. What do you think?
Intention is everything in Sierra Leone politics. And everything in life you get for plan and for, so you get for think before you act. So politics, of course, is meticulous and calculated. So you must be deliberately intentional. And I think that's the art of the question. What was the intent of Dr. Yumkella? And I just tie that with whether it's meant to shape public perception or influence ahead of the case. Well, will there be any case in the first place? Or will this trigger now the SLPP to act? So it might be a public relation move also for trigger action from Dr. Yumkella inside. And I'm going to say, does the speech promote national unity? Well, it depends from what lens you're coming from. If you are looking at it just from a Kambia lens, somebody will say, well, this is discriminating and isolating one district over the other. But this is a party thing, and this is the party district, and then people are in a vested interest, and they are partisans. So it depends from what lens you are looking at it. But yes, you might say, well, why not looking at the bigger picture? And that's, I think, what Yumkella attempted to do, saying that the allegations then do not serve the country and the party well. So it depends where you come up from. Whose party organ will get the power for restrict Almami? I think the National Executive, through the disciplinary committee, they can look at the issue whether it bring the party name into disrepute or not. Every party constitution gets membership codes and conduct. So if that's deemed unnecessary or the inaction and not necessary at all, the party can take action. And I don't think you are asking me whether it should be stopped as the party can suspend him. Not SLPP or APC begins to suspend people. They can suspend you, they can expel you. There are all those provisions, and the one reason for them now that either anti-party activity or doing something where they put the party in bad light. Except you know, like your SLPP, if you say you do, but if you like SLPP, bang, 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 then if we worried, because at the end of the day, it get impact on how people vote. We might not do empirical studies for show whether Sierra Leoneans are voting on issues or not, but one thing I would tell you, the political dynamics are changing. If you look at the World Happiness Report, 5-10 last 1, 2, 3 years, we're not talking about anti-party parties, but they are now in the rise in the world. You are not talking about anti-establishment people. So things are changing. So I'm not going to say somebody go on for, say, waiting they happen, so the party, SLPP must act. They must act on Almami and all those who are embroiled, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a campaign message. I don't need for be a political thinker and communication person for no say some of them things if I write any address or bullet points. Doesn't need for put as a political statement, and it's the fact has been seen. So the issue there is, I think that's the heart of the issue. What is the SLPP doing about them member they are so way? Some of them are executive members, some of them declare for contest, some of them get influence on the lower level and all that. It gets, waiting that they do now, it gets a long way for going the public perception, and now people are going for votes on their issues than they, not their region than they.
Politically, waiting at the fear way Kandeh Yumkella gets if Ambassador Almami go, they talk to people, especially about issues we get for do with light, because they clearly say they make mention of issues we get for do with light, maybe they talk to the people in Kambia. Is it that he's scared of his stance in Kambia?
At That is called political infiltration in your backyard. That man, if he feels a Kambia in your home, then somebody they go with another candidate in Kambia and they talk, say this candidate is saying, I want to, if not to him and nobody else. That is technically saying you have been rejected. So the political correctness.
It's a second rejection because 2023 elections Kandeh lost na Kambia.
And the next
and now Almami don't come on Guinea. They don't base now na Kambia na they day. We mean say he want to take charge of the ground. He always done the day. I don't go Kambia a number of times weekend. I think na Kambia is spender. So he has always been there. So the issue there is he loved
by his people? I think we need to do an opinion poll, but I know he's a grassroots guy. He's a grassroots guy, but what are their tangibles? Now, it's almost, for example, employment he don't create, almost housing he don't do. Waiting at the live pointers other than say at the pay school fee for picking there or at the app mocks there, at the airport.
Kandeh be worried about his
He should. For the fact that allegedly Almami the care go Julia saying I know the candidate.
He said that. Na Kambia na video.
And that's what I'm saying. That means I say, una picking no better. This, I put lock up picking take an neighbor. It's a sign. It should be worry, and no wonder this is a video is deliberate. The guy political what I call political is a retaliation basically, and he should be worried because what if even Almami was responsible for the woeful the defeat of Yumkella, and we know that was the case.
Why would be worried if he so believe in himself and no say he don't do much for Kambia? Because it depends on what you do for the people, whosoever come, then go accept or not.
If I'll be worried because if the situation of the nobody not gets track record, you know, if you not get track record, you are just campaigning on empty promises. If you get tangibles, you should not be worried. But again, we see an Eskroma bill roads na Kailau, but it was rejected at the ballot box. Was that not the case in 2020? Was it 2012 elections? Yes. The number go up, but people again, condition a very valid point that we need to do a lot of studies. What people and they actually vote on. Now Yumkella in big English and go for votes on Almami in grassroots APC style of politics meets the people and Magbana vis-a-vis.
Let me ask you the question. Earlier say 2028 elections based on conversation now from citizens. If we do an opinion poll now, we might get different results. But it get for based on party politics or it get for based on individual candidates them within two parties I get for produce.
Blend of all, messaging above all. The party politics now one, the individual now two. If you go put individual get baggage, it will affect. The party politics, how you reach at getting the individual now two. People in circle will left and give them. So all important. But the why if it be an issue-based election, Khadija? For example, the issue of drug and crime, organized crime. It's a global issue now. That is a global issue. For example, issues around immigration and foreign policy. It's a topical issue now.
Will it haunt the SLPP come 2028?
It should if the opposition know how to play with it. Like I said, it's about messaging. Political communication is about messaging. If you go take Adebayo for Cosma Mikos, instead of say, hey, we have Joshua, we have these people. Politics is a message. If you know Mamikos, now you go take for like talk, it just turn the people off. So you have to create that ambience, the messenger, the message, and the situation around it. But for now, I think APC get enough materials for seizing political communications on the heels of the SLPP. Some of them are glaring, they are visible. Of course, economy, it's there. But again, the APC then get the right messenger there. So all of these will have an effect. You like it or not on 2028. But again, people are not going to forget, or the one with the message not good.
With the look of things, the same APC themselves look the battle with their own issues. Then get like something like a leadership crisis.
So how soon they will solve it is the matter of wait and see. Similarly for the SLPP, because if you wait last minute, it will affect the public perception and the appetite of or the apathy or sympathy for votes. So all of that is a matter of wait and see. But I think the challenge now should be over to the government bench. The government bench, public opinion seem not favor the way how the government they rule. And that's, if you look at the message they are right now, there is a lot of pessimism, there is a lot of people feeling desolate that nothing will come out of it and all that. Do you think that will not affect the votes? It will. So personal politician, when they think or they not care about what next in the polls, but if you are sure about what is happening, if you are in the SLPP, you need to speak roots to power, from the leaders to the national executive to regional executive, district, they must act. And some of these things might come to haunt them. Sierra Leoneans are no longer munkus. If today and excommunicate them in the hill and worship, now people and criticize them. There is no way you do people wrong and go talk you good one. Solomon not fool.
All right, many thanks, Melvin. Will you join me this morning for can analyze some of the issues there? So we don't they emerge where viewers continue for Watch Liberty TV as we're going to get the conversation there so that una self na the point will get the opportunity to listen to critical analysts them on emerging issues, especially on the economy, governance, democracy, and of course, peace and security. That Liberty stand for. Would they look at different issues them where they affect the lives of the citizens them? Or would they carry it analysts like Melvin from time to time for some of the issues there. So stay tuned to Liberty TV as throughout the day we get various contents there where they produce for now the page so that we will get opportunity for get first-hand information but various issues them where they happen at the country. Princess Pierce time produced this edition of the Breakfast Show. Musa Sao Koma, na the technician, we support the production team for this edition of the Breakfast Show. Mituna. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say stay tuned to Liberty TV. If you not turn on your post notification bell yet, kindly turn on your notification as throughout the day we get various contents they will upload now with different platforms then. And if you not subscribe to our YouTube channel, it kindly press your subscription button and turn on your post notification bell. And also go on our WhatsApp channels. We channel the day. Also they drop different contents them throughout the day. And on Facebook, turn on your post notification so you will get notified anytime we upload any content. Have a good day.
All right. And till we meet again, Mabel Kabade, say get a good day and stay out of trouble.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packet something, not even a ground where you don't. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to the one where the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for Karango, now the one of the two official sites. In order Karango Kisi Bome, in order Karango King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem. Because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with your host dirty. We get the one then a council where we don't certify. Say then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they in a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution. Everybody from make sure say they waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no outside and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach, all the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money, I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Fritonians then do the right thing. Because we're not going to get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not going to get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able to put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want to improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up our mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.